Welcome. This is the latest edition of What Did I Miss? Today, we are joined by a woman who wears many hats. Her name is Gailey. She's a comedian, an actress, a writer, a producer, a podcast host, and really an expert in things that I find to be more important than what most people find to be most important. Megan, welcome to the show.
Thank you. I'm so thrilled to be here. A jack of all trades, master of none, as they would say, probably.
By the way, that's how you stay well-rounded and healthy and fresh.
Yes, but you know when you get someone's business card and it has like 8 things on it, and it's like, okay, so you're good at none of these. That is,
fair.
And now I've added mother to it.
I know. Like, by the way, little inside, married to our friend CJ Toledano, friend of the show, and you also are you part of the brainwashing of the child? You're not, because you're an Indiana girl, right?
Yes. So he's actually today's Reggie Miller's birthday. And so our 4-month-old is wearing a toddler Reggie Miller jersey right now.
Let me ask you this. I didn't ask CJ this. What happens when it's all said and done and we're all grown up and he doesn't want to be a sports fan? What happens?
I've actually mentally prepared for that. I don't think CJ has, because I'm like, listen, be an engineer, be into violin, like whatever he's into, I think we actually will run full force into.
Right.
And if it's not sports, that's totally fine. I would rather him not be into sports than to be into sports, but not what I'm into. Like if he grows up and is like, I'm a Steelers fan, it's like, I don't want you in my house. Get out of my house.
It could happen, by the way. School is a horrible place where they get brainwashed.
Devastated. It would be, but like there are, like I'm like, listen, if you want to become a Rams fan, we live in LA. I understand. There is going to be a lot of like, I had a level 2 tear and I need you to root for the Colts. You know, like I will be guilting him about my birthing process.
Yeah. You have to.
So he wears the little horseshoe for me.
That's going to be awesome. I always wonder that. Like we just assume they're going to like what we like, but that doesn't always happen that way. Speaking of sports, we've got a bit of bad news. Our long-running and always hilarious bit about Kevin Durant being a Brooklyn Net is now officially over. He is staying.
Yeah.
All of that drama, all of the awkwardness now you've caused between I've had people I did not like to work with, but you know, whatever. You sort of got into it and then everybody left and went on their own ways. Like you basically just outed them as far as you want them fired. And now you got to go back to work. How does this work?
I think there's part of me that's like, and I know you're a reality TV fan, is he like a producer? Like he has a producer's mind. He's doing this for us almost. Like the burners, I need all my coworkers fired. Oh, now I'm actually going to stay. Like he gives us storylines that I don't think are healthy for the team at large, but And the reality is he's not even the most controversial part of the team.
No.
Like, he's like, listen, I can basically act so wild and we still have Kyrie to figure out.
That's the thing. And look, and he's great at what he does, right? Like
absolutely.
He's a phenomenal basketball player. No one's going to take that away from him. But it is crazy that you can sort of dilute your value in a fan's eyes by all of this extracurricular nonsense. Like it's just... It's just awkward. And people are like, oh, guys get over stuff like that. And I'm sure they do. But I got to be honest. You wanting to have me fired is going to sit here. It's not going anywhere.
No, and like Steve Nash is a former athlete. So I think their brains hold, and an incredible one too. It's like once we saw The Last Dance and like saw the grudges. Now, obviously he's the greatest grudge holder of all time, but it's like athlete brains, they hold on to things because they have to use it to. So I think Steve Nash is taking this to the grave.
I mean, look, I'm an Italian and I am a Scorpio. So grudge holding it's in my blood. There's nothing I can do about it, right? There's no chance I ever forget about it. There's zero chance. Like I can be nice to your face, kind of, although my poker face isn't always great, but it's bloody awkward and it will be awkward from here on out. So good luck, KD. And also way to just drag us all into this drama and then do nothing, which I think we thought was going to happen, but my God.
Yeah.
Boys are so dramatic. Get over yourself.
That's the thing. And I love when men are like, I just don't want any drama. And then I'm like, the biggest gossips I know are male comedians.
Thank you.
They're like, did you hear? It's like, no, I'm raising a child. But thank you. But thank you. And now I'll tell everyone else. But
how about when they tell us we can't be in charge of things because we're too emotional? Oh, is that right? Oh, we're too emotional.
Yeah,
this dude has burner accounts and literally just flipped out. Like, come on,
you
man.
should watch NBA Free Agency and then tell women they can't be in charge of anything.
Thank you. God, I love that. This is like another segue because our second story of the day, which is my favorite story of the day. If people remember back to Wimbledon, Nick Kyrgios, really a global sweetheart at this point. He had so many fun little one-liners and quips that he had going on, but one of them involved a fan in the crowd to whom he addressed and said, "Oh, that she's had 600, 700 drinks, da 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 da." And it was funny, right? He told the chair ump that. We all moved on with our lives. We all did. But Anna Palace didn't. Who's that, you might ask? Exactly. None of us remembered. Except for good old Anna, a lawyer herself, decided she's going to now sue Nick Kyrgios for defamation. And I quote, "The need to obtain vindication and to prevent repetition of the allegation are the only reasons for taking legal action. I hope that he will reflect on the harm he has caused me and my family and offer a prompt resolution to this Ma'am. She also went on to say she's not litigious, yada, yada, which 100%
she's a lawyer.
She is. Well, you are a definition of all of these things. But none of us remembered this. If we did, none of us actually thought there was a human being that had 700 beverages of any kind. And why? And then we also learned what the Streisand effect is as a result of this, which I do thank Anna Palace, if I'm saying that right, for. What are your thoughts on suing someone months later for defamation that was played off of a stupid joke?
Well, I think I love that she's like, I need to clear my name. And it's like, you don't have a name. Like you didn't even have 15 seconds of fame. No. I am wondering, was she removed from the match?
Temporarily.
Okay, yeah, that's right. And then she got back in. So I like, if this were me, I would slide into his DMs and be like, I'm the lady that said 700 drinks. Let's pair up and do some sort of wine branding together.
Yes.
Like I would try and become friends with him. But
that's brilliant.
Like let's make this into a marketing opportunity because this isn't the way. And the thing is, I think she probably can't go back to Wimbledon because she's suing a finalist, and it's like this also seems very anti-British. She's
very Polish. She's a Polish lawyer. Not that I'm making a joke about it because I don't know any Polish people, or at least I don't know if I do. But she's not. She is. I
know a ton of Polish people because I used to live in Chicago. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I was like, this doesn't feel British because they're just like, that's fine, we'll move on.
Yeah, they don't make scenes.
And this is a scene. Okay. Honestly, like, put a camera in the court. Like, if she's going to do this, I want to watch it. But I want him to have to testify.
Yes.
I want the chair umpire to have to wear his outfit and testify. Like, let's make this full Judge Judy. And because what's she seeking?
That's the thing. She did say any compensation that may or may not come from this, she will donate. Again, no one knew who you were. No one remembered this little incident because, again, we're talking about Nick Kyrgios. Like, this is a guy who throws words around. That's just
flies
his
off
thing.
The handle. Yes.
And so much so, I didn't even realize it was a woman that he was talking about. I assumed it was a dude while I was watching Wimbledon. So that's how much I had no idea who this person was. But it's such a bad look. And I always like to think about in these moments, who are her friends and family that said, this is a good idea?
This is right. Well, and the fact that she didn't actually have to seek outside counsel probably compounds that she was like, I'll just do this myself.
She's
a lawyer.
Got solicitors, which that is very British.
Yes, it is. They wear wigs and stuff. I dated a solicitor once. I think awesome. I wish she was suing for 700 drinks. Like, there's no sense of humor in this at all. It's like when Taylor Swift sued that guy for $1 just to like ruin him. It's like, yes, let's at least, this is silly. We're talking about he called you drunk at a tennis match.
Right. And I think you probably were. She's claiming she only had 2 beverages. And by the way, I'm assuming I get sued now because I just said that probably. But she had 2 beverages, she said. Methinks she doth protest too much. I really do. I think she was probably maybe a little louder than she should have been.
She thinks she was.
And that's what happens when you get a little drunk. You don't realize how loud you're being. Your inside voices go away. And so, yeah, I just despise this person. That's really the only reason we wanted this in the show. I despise her now. Period.
If this ends up affecting the honeydew cocktail that they serve at the US Open, I'm going to sue her. It's going to be a countersuit because listen, I've been loaded. I once snuck vodka into the US Open in fake tampons. So
I'm sorry. What? How does that even work? Hold on. It's been a while since I've seen one. How does that work?
They come in little plastic? This was 8 years ago. I was a different person then.
Obviously, you're now a mother. You've never done these things.
A wife, a mother, a professional. So they come in these they look like tampons. So it's like a tampon applicator. Okay. But then it just screws open and you basically put alcohol in it. Like it's a test tube.
So is each one holds what? Like the equivalent of a shot?
Yeah. What? And so those honeydews are so delicious. But they only put one shot in it. And I know this because I had to make one once. And I was like doing a competition. Like they were like, you make one, this lady will make one. And so I put 2 shots in mine because I'm like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
It's also like $37.
Yeah.
So give me the 2 shots. And so I was, so I brought in some extra vodka to spice mine up.
I just learned like 4 things in 20 seconds, which is way more than I was going to learn today. And I'm very happy about that, which also means I can mail in the rest of today.
Yes, amazing.
About that. But the thing is, we're not going to mail in the rest of the today. And I already know I'm going to learn more stuff because we're taking a quick break. When we come back, Megan is, the Fauci of Lifetime movies. We'll leave it at that when we come back. As you gear up for fall, you need the right people on your team to help your small business fire on all cylinders. LinkedIn Jobs is here to make it easier to find the people you want to talk to faster and for free. Create a free job post in minutes on LinkedIn Jobs and reach your network and beyond to the world's largest professional network of over 810 million people. Then add your job and the purple hashtag hiring frame to your LinkedIn profile and spread the word that you're hiring so your network can help you find the right people to hire. Simple tools like screening questions make it easy to focus on candidates with just the right skills and experience so you can quickly prioritize who you'd like to interview and hire. It's why small businesses rate LinkedIn Jobs #1 in delivering quality hires versus leading competitors. LinkedIn Jobs helps you find the candidates you want to talk to faster. Did you know every week nearly 40 million job seekers visit LinkedIn? Post your job for free at linkedin.com/Beadle. That's linkedin.com/Beadle to post your job for free. Terms and conditions apply. So you have a podcast, right? About Lifetime. Okay, share a little bit about that because I want people to understand why we're doing this. They're going to be like, what are they talking about?
Yes. So I host a podcast called I Love a Lifetime Movie with a very, very funny comedian, Naomi Ekperigin. Look her up as well. And so we watch a different Lifetime film each week and then break it down. And this is sanctioned by the network. We are in cahoots with the Lifetime brand, Big Daddy Lifetime, Big Daddy A&E, and then we get to have on stars of the films, people that write the films. Once we met a father-daughter producing duo. That's dad fun. Had been in the Lifetime game for like 30 years. So Lifetime runs deep. And it's become a true passion of mine. And the movies are actually very soothing. They're an hour and a half. They have tropes that end up happening. And so when you see them, you go, oh, hooded figure, I'm at home. You just let the things wash over you. Sometimes you know from the title who is the killer immediately.
Oh, fair.
Sometimes you are confused and duped by a hot man. That happens to me a lot. So now whenever I see a hot man, I go, I can't trust him because I've been duped too many times. And sometimes it is just a hot man and sometimes it's a college professor with a grudge.
Exactly. Thank you. So by the way, if you're thinking, what? No, you're probably thinking of Hallmark holiday movies. Oh, no.
Very different.
Lifetime is for the adults. Okay. This is where the adults play. This is where murder and revenge are sweet, sweet oxygen. So I'm here for all of this. And on this podcast, we like to recast. Not that we're saying people did a bad job casting their works of art, but sometimes we just want to do it again with a little flavor, a little freshness. What we're going to do is cast our own Lifetime movie. All of the people that are basically in every film, but we're only going to use the Megans of the world.
Yeah.
Real and not real. Although Meg Griffin will always be real to me. So that being said, and you are going to know, like, you're going to know this more than anyone, but it's basically, and we can come up with a title if you want, because I feel like you already have them. Because some of the titles of Lifetime movies are perfect.
Oh, incredible. The movie I have to watch for next week is Who's Killing the Cheerleaders?
Shut up.
A recent favorite, Sinfidelity.
Okay, that's actually really good.
Yes, they're incredible.
What'd the father-daughter duo do? Did they do a good one?
The father-daughter duo, oh, they did, it was like sorority murders. There was a big, we covered so many sorority murder movies that at one point I had to do a disclaimer and go, I was in a sorority. People do not get murdered in them. I just want you guys to know. Maybe
this was only Ted Bundy and Lifetime.
Yes.
That's it. Those are the only 2 times that it's ever happened.
Yeah, we were just doing hazing after hazing after hazing. So yeah, and it was like back to school time. So they were like, well, we got to do all the sorority killers. You know, that's back to school. So we go through themes. Yeah, it's really, really, we just finished the summer of like lies and seduction.
as summer is. And by the way, is there any truth to the fact that I have 2. Are they all shot in Canada? And B, that it takes like 4 days to shoot one?
So they're shot all over. Some do shoot in Canada. We've covered one that like filmed in Oklahoma, the Valley. I used to live in Studio City, and we watched one called Pool Boy Nightmare, and they went to an yogurt shop that was right by my old house. I go, we are in Encino.
Was it Minchie's?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. Okay. So and then sometimes in Florida, Naomi and I really try and go, where are we? A lot in the Pacific Northwest, actually.
Oh, I like that. That's pretty.
But then your second question, they are shot in 2 weeks or less. And so sometimes they are being given, just stacks of dialogue to learn, much like soap stars, I think. And so some soap stars do end up coming over. I think there's some sharing. There's a Venn diagram of soap stars and Lifetime actors. And they shoot them really fast.
That's impressive. You could make a heck of a living. Just stay busy, just Lifetime.
Absolutely. I like that. And the Harry and Meghan. So there was a whole Harry and Meghan series, and we covered every single one of them. And then there was a William and Kate, but like kind of less exciting. And William and Kate have seen their film and really like it. Yes.
Seriously? Okay, yes. I would have guessed it was the other way around. That is, no. I did not see that coming.
I think they like get a kick out of it. I think they get a kick out of it.
Well, that makes me kind of like them a little bit then. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Look, it's not like they have jobs. I mean, they have time to sit down and watch movies. I know they act like they have jobs, but waiting is not a job.
A fun romp is made about you. It's like, I'm watching that.
I would watch I'd be like, oh, that person looks just like, whatever. Okay. So there are people in every, and I'm leaning into you for this. So we obviously start with the lead. The heroine. Yes,
the lead.
And you can cast yourself. I mean, I would assume you would, but I don't know. I don't want to assume how.
So it's like been my dream to sort of be the nosy neighbor in one. The nosy neighbor always does end up getting killed because they get too close. They figure something out. They find something in the trash they're not supposed to. So I'm gonna make myself nosy neighbor, and then I am going to cast Megan Thee Stallion as the lead.
Oh, I'm totally in. Yeah, this is going to be
I think she's got everything, and I could see her really fighting back if needing to. We do love a heroine that when they get in a bind, like knows how to get into the mind of the killer and get themselves safe. So we have Megan Thee Stallion as our lead.
I'm in on this.
Who should be her daughter? I mean,
now, do they always have to have a daughter, or can it be like a sister, or depending on the age, I guess, right?
Yeah, sometimes a sister, always a dead mother. Oh, there always has to be some sort of dead family member.
And like flashback or something?
No, not even. It's just like, why did you move to this town? My dad died. They're they're new to town. They're always new to town. Or if there's a lot of adoptions and stolen babies happening in the universe. Yeah. So much so that when I was giving birth to my own child and they put like the little house arrest band around his ankle, I go, that's like a Lifetime movie. And they go, just like a Lifetime movie.
Let me ask you this. Have you ever looked at your child and said, what if it's not mine? What if mine's out there somewhere?
I honestly wish that I had that luxury. They never took my baby from my room.
I don't even have that opportunity.
No. They said, Fair. It's COVID. Baby's with you now. And I'm like, I could really use some sleep. I could really.
Right? You just did the hardest thing you could possibly do. And you're like, can I just have like 7 hours?
2 hours. So the baby, they didn't even have an opportunity to steal my baby.
Oh my gosh.
There's no nurseries anymore. So COVID really messed up the baby snatchers. We don't think about the side effects. We think about the big picture stuff, the economy. We don't think about the baby snatchers.
No, we don't.
So there always has to be she's the richest woman in town.
Okay.
So I'm going to make that. I think the richest woman in town would also make a good villain in this one. So I'm going to make that Megyn Kelly.
Ooh. I mean, that's just almost too on the nose, really.
Yeah. So what we're going to have Megyn Kelly do is she owns a Christmas store. So she's the richest woman in town. She also owns a Christmas shop.
And that's just her fun little passion project. She doesn't really need the money, right? Like she just...
Absolutely not. No, she owns the Christmas shop to shove Christmas down the throats of everyone around her. There's no signs in there that say Happy Holidays. There's nothing that says Feliz Navidad.
No way.
No Kwanzaa, no
Put
Hanukkah.
the price back in Christmas, girl. Come on.
Yes. There's no Black Santas. There's no Santa surfing. It's like the most Anglo Santa shop you've ever seen. And what she's doing there, I believe, is she's luring people in and then she's killing them.
Oh, I could see that.
So
this is almost too good of a casting.
I think so. Thank you.
Yeah.
This could be a Christmas in July, because the Christmas movies, we really love to make them wholesome and sweet, and they've got their own formula too. There has to be a tree in every shot.
Absolutely.
The actors have to be wearing red or green. There has to be choral singing, and there has to be a trip to a tree farm. Or like go to buy a tree.
Well, and it's always one's big city returning to small town. It's
absolutely.
Hilarious.
I work too much. A woman with 4 phones, and then she's like, "Who's that baker?"
Yep.
They're
okay.
Incredible.
Wait. So how in the world? How does Megyn Thee Stallion and then Megyn Kelly? How does this all come about? Who are the other connecting pieces?
Okay,
staring at our list,
need a best friend. So I'm going to take the role of best friend / nosy neighbor friend.
I love this for you.
And what I think is going to happen is that naive me, I'm like, I got to go get some Christmas stuff. I just moved. So I go into the shop. I say, why don't you have any Hawaiian Santas? Because I do love a kitschy Santa, like a surfing Santa. Even if there was like a Santa smoking weed, I would be like, yes. So I'm looking for kitschy Santa, and Megyn Kelly snaps. And it's like, that's not the shit we have here. And then she bashes me over the head with a white Santa, and I'm dead. So I love the best, my favorite way to murder someone in a Lifetime movie, I call it a head bonk. They get bonked over the head and they're dead.
Just one knock.
Yes.
It was like at the movie Unfaithful. Like Richard Gere just hit him once with a little, and that was it. I was like, that's it?
Was it like a snow globe?
Yeah, it was like a paperweight snow globe or some crap.
And it's hard to track because sometimes someone will fall down a flight of stairs and be dead. And you're like, does that kill someone? But then sometimes we'll be pushed over like a 2-story balcony alive. So it doesn't make any sense.
The human body is magnificent.
Oh, especially when it comes to Lifetime. So I get bonked over the head with a white Santa because I'm asking for a Hawaiian Santa. And I'm dead. And so my best friend, Megyn Thee Stallion, we became best friends. Obviously, both of our names are Megan. We spell it the correct way. She's looking for me. And so she's going all over town. We do need a red herring. Someone that seems like they're the bad Megan, but is actually not. I'm going to say who?
Ooh, I think Megan Fox always looks like she's a villain. Always a villain.
And she's
too sexy
blood.
looking. Yeah, she's a little dark.
So let's say Megyn Thee Stallion thinks Megan Fox killed me because I'm too hot.
Yes.
Megan Fox got jealous of me.
As she did. I could see that about her.
Because it's like I got this big old natural booty and I got these breastfeeding boobs right now.
Thank you.
Big old hooters.
Pissed off about it.
Put a target on my head.
Okay.
So Megyn Thee Stallion thinks Megan Fox has killed me. But then they actually join up when Megyn Thee Stallion realizes Megan Fox would never do that. Okay, she may drink blood. She's probably, I think maybe she's like an undercover vampire.
Her bark's louder. I think.
Yes.
I think.
And Lifetime does have vampire films, and they're excellent as well.
They do?
So now we're able to mix genres. So Megan Fox is a vampire, and then she's probably going to go off to have her own vampire film series.
I hope so.
But she's introduced in this film. So we're actually setting the stage for future films. That's how clued in we are. So Megan Thee Stallion and Megan Fox link up.
Okay.
And we probably need one. We need one other Megan.
What character?
Well, this would be someone who maybe works at the shop and is being blackmailed to go along with Megyn Kelly's plot, but doesn't want to be. And so I think that would be I think Meg Griffin. I could see her, she needed like a side job. She's working at the shop. Megyn Kelly is blackmailing her, is going to tell everyone that, she's a cartoon. Yeah, and so she's like, I have to do what she says. And I don't even like Christmas,
And Meg Griffin's a little weak. Like she wants to be an alpha. Yeah. She just isn't wired to be.
Yes.
Right.
And she's like, my boyfriend's Jewish. I hate it here. And so she snaps and she's like, it's actually Megyn Kelly, Megyn with a Y. That's what they call her. Megyn with a Y.
That right there.
I killed your best friend. And so then we've got Megan Thee Stallion, Megan Fox, they team up. And Megyn Kelly, she's slippery, she's the richest lady in town. She's got the Christmas shop. She's probably got, those, another great murder weapon. And this would play in nice is those like fire pokers that you have right now.
Yes.
So she would probably have a fire. A fire poker stick. So she would probably have one of those because it's a Christmas shop and she's waving it around. I just want Christmas to be Anglo. And then they killed her.
It's like a real movie. By the way, she could also have something with mistletoe as some sort of a laced poison situation.
Yeah. Oh, what they love to do is someone being allergic to something, poppy seeds. Once someone almost died because of poppy seeds. So it's like, oh my gosh, she's been poisoning. She's been luring people and head bonking them. I mean, she is a Christmas serial killer. Because if you don't subscribe to the Christmas that she wants, you're out of here.
Yep.
And so they are able to kill her. Probably with their own fire poker. They wrestle it away and then they stab her through the heart. And then Megan Fox is also able to suck her blood. And then she like slinks off into the background, because she's been able to eat. And then we'll see her in her next film, but she's gone. And then Megan Thee Stallion has avenged her best friend, Megan Gailey's death.
Thank God. And like, by the way, this is not even taking into consideration all the amazing love stories that would be happening on the side. We just didn't care about that for the purposes of this movie because it's about Megans today. The names for these titles, I mean, this movie could be called really, really anything.
Yeah.
Christmas.
Worst, deadliest time of the year.
I like that. Or White Christmas, since that's what she wanted.
Oh, wow. Bloody Christmas.
Bloody Christmas.
Christmas Killer with a C.
Oh, that's, with a Y as sort of a nod to Megan Kelly.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm in on this. We have a Megan Christian universe, a Megan cinematic universe that's going to have, did I say Christian? That's almost like weirdly subliminal.
But that's what she wants.
I know. Oh my God, she's getting to me already. This is, I'm not even lying. I would actually watch a Megan Thee Stallion, Megan Fox, Megyn Kelly Lifetime movie.
Joint.
And since you have ins over there, I'm not putting pressure, but you should probably make this happen.
I've been trying to make something happen for years.
Come on.
Years.
We got this. Megan and I have other things in common. We're taking a quick break. When we come back, we're talking about, and it's not up for discussion, possibly the greatest show that's ever been put on the air, but not American air, British air. We'll be back. So I watch a little show, a little global phenomenon called Love Island. But I don't watch the US version. Now I've tried. I can't. It's awful. The UK version is the most perfect television that I have ever witnessed. What is your take on both of them, really?
So when your producers asked, do you watch US or UK? I said UK, I'm an intellect. Okay?
You.
I probably would watch the US, but being having an infant is kind of a time suck. But no, it's just not as good. I think the UK is, I love being in the villa. I love seeing all my friends. I love banter. You know, I just truly am at peace. And I think, I'm sure your listeners are like, how does this tie into sports? Well, we had a gal in the villa who I'm being told her dad is the Brett Favre of soccer.
100%.
Like one of the most famous English soccer players of all time. And I actually think that she got a kind edit because of that.
I believe you're right. I actually believe she, for those of you who don't know, her name's Gemma. Gemma Owens, and
she's a horse girl.
She's 19, which is I think the youngest they've put on the show. Which that part of it, I think, beautiful girl, a girl who
beautiful.
Very sarcastic. She doesn't need to do anything. Her life's already was made before she was born, and I agree with you. Although she was also oftentimes wiser than everybody else, and it wasn't even close, which I did not understand.
She is so and she's not spiteful in any. I mean, the fact that her and Ekin wound up being so close, I was like, they couldn't be more polar opposites. But Gemma, wise beyond her years, definitely.
Can we also? I'm not a person who's ever lied about my age. I don't see the point. And also, if you lie to say you're younger,
I know where this is going.
We're not really to believe that Ekin-Su is now 28. Just turned 28 this week because I follow her on Instagram because my life is awful, but no chance, right? There's no chance.
When I saw Ekin, I said, that's a 37-year-old woman.
And by the way, I'd like to preface all of this by saying we're not two bitches being bitchy. Beautiful girl. Like we're not,
hot.
This is not.
No,
yeah,
she was brought in as a bombshell. Yes. And she is a bombshell.
Turkish delight.
And she's so gorgeous. And the thing is, all these people get in there and then they get hotter while they're in there because they get so tan. That wouldn't happen for me. Like no. I would be in the first day and then I go, oh, I have to sit in the shade.
Like, also, I can't live in a bikini. I just, not even in my 20s, that wasn't happening.
I would get so stressed. I would see Paige straightening her hair every day before going out. And I'm like, Paige, you are ruining your hair. And I know you know this. You're basically a scientist. You're an EMT. Your hair is going to be fried. Like none of them ever have vacation hair. No. Their freckles are never popping. It's so baffling to me. And I know that they're able to get one beauty treatment a week. I did hear that.
Oh, the nails, right?
So the nails, and then I think getting probably hair color touched up, probably some waxes. So they're getting maintenance stuff, but I'm like, one of the casting requirements must be, do you tan? Because I do not tan. I just sweat and get splotchy, and they'd be like, sorry, it's just not going to work.
My one idea that I swear I know would work is I want a show like this, but I want it for an older age group. Like I want late 30s, 40s, even young 50s, because where the fun in sometimes watching these ridiculous shows is how quickly they fall in love and, what's your type and all this just dumb shit they ask each other that you're just mind numbing. You get to a certain age, you don't put up with much. The lies aren't cute. And so I feel like it would be a hell of an entertaining program to just get some people who are like, yeah, no, we're over it, but we're still wanting love. We just don't want to deal with the bullshit. And I would watch the hell out of it. And host is out at Love Island UK. So I'm just saying, I don't know if you're going to put a reel in or what do we do here? But she's out.
Wow.
So she says it's mutual. I don't know.
She comes in 3 times a season.
Don't get me started.
It's not heavy lifting. I mean, I obviously rest in peace, Flack Attack.
Thank you. I think that's why I never liked this one.
I think she was really the perfect host, and as I say that, Love Island has been struck by tragedy in multiple different ways, but you're so right. I also find it baffling, and this is with The Bachelor too. They're like, yeah, I'm just here to find my husband. I'm like, at 23? What are you doing? Don't find your husband right now.
I never watched The Bachelor or Bachelorette. I again, maybe I'm just anti-American when it comes to reality television.
I think you're an intellect. I think you're a scholar.
I think I'm an Anglophile. It's what I am. But what I like about Love Island, and so for people who are like, oh, they just go on here. Oh, no, they don't hide it anymore. To go on to Love Island in the UK is to guarantee yourself 3 to 4 to 7 years of really good income, especially the women. They're all making 7 figures when they get out with all these little deals that they do. So the 50,000 pounds, that's just a laughable part of the show. No one cares. Once you're on there, like Ekin-Su won, not because she won the show, spoiler alert, but because she's now set. If you play your cards right, you're set for a long time. You can turn this into something.
Do you think Ekin's going to go back to Turkish soap operas?
From the acting I saw on the show, I don't think she should.
That's over for her. I mean, it really ended up impacting Tommy Fury's boxing career because it made him a household name. And obviously his brother is probably top 3 boxers in the world right now. But then it gave him opportunities that I don't think he would have had if he had not been on the show. And he's, oh my gosh.
And he's adorable.
He's a bright light and a dim light. You know what I mean? Like,
I
love
boy.
him.
Perfect
and
boy.
he's just, he's a golden retriever. Just
he's
doesn't
a pretty little boy.
know. Oh my gosh, they're a wonderful couple. I was honestly shocked that Davide and Ekin won. And I have a friend who watches and she listened to all the podcasts. She said they got 63% of the vote.
I mean,
the biggest landslide in Love Island history.
But my theory is he won, she was there. And now she's turned it into something. That's because I think he was look, as an Italian, when I was young, I used to say I would never date an Italian boy. Like I saw my uncles. I was like, no way. He was the most lovable, ridiculous character that you were supposed to hate, but you nothing. I couldn't even muster it. So he's lovable.
He was being so authentically him. And I think that's what audiences end up actually liking. When his mom came in and just started sobbing, I go, this is the most Italian thing I've ever seen.
I love
Mamas,
it.
they love their boys so much. And she couldn't even, I don't know why they weren't allowed to hug. I'm like, listen, it's.
Right. They did the COVID thing, but I was like, but you're already there. Like
you're already there.
2 feet away. Like, it was optics that weren't making sense.
And I wanted to see like which girls like wrap their legs around their dad. You know, like I definitely was like, oh, Tasha and her dad, they should actually be a couple.
Just the idea that I'm in a thong around my dad. I don't even wear lipstick around my dad. That's embarrassing. What are we doing, ladies?
And the fact that all the dads were like, yeah, we've seen every episode. I'm like, when they went into the hideaway?
Gross. While their blankets. Anyways, we have gone off on I swear to God, I could talk about this show for days. And now we have to wait for the next season. And we'll
teach a college course together. I'll be your TA.
God, Harvard.
I'll be your TA, and you are the professor.
This is my new dream. See, you get a new goal every day, people. Don't just keep it to one list. Where can people find you? I want to make sure that, because there's a lot going on.
Yeah, so you can find me on the podcast, I Love a Lifetime Movie. And then I actually host a sports podcast on Cousin Sal's network called Megan Fun of Sports that I host with another Megan. The Megan universe is vast.
I did not know that.
And then, you can follow me on Twitter at Megan Gailey. There'll be a lot of Colts takes. And then Instagram at Better Megan Gailey if you want to see my cute baby in all of his Colts and Pacers gear.
God, I love it so much. And things are always changing and things are always happening and things are always coming out. So follow so that you don't miss any of that. Megan, this has been an absolute pleasure. All kidding aside, we should try to find a way to teach a Love Island class. That's what universities do now. They try to get hip. So we're on it. We're on it, America. Don't worry.
CJ majored in like comedy studies. It's like there could definitely be a Love Island class.
Thank you. You want to be cool? Take it from us. That's it for this episode. It has been an absolute pleasure. We're going to keep talking about Love Island, but we're done for this.